What's up, everybody, and welcome to ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest in gaming news. I'm Drew Bosley, and that's the one, the only, Scott Savage. Scott, what's going on, buddy?
Oh, I stayed up again too late last night, but this
I lost your
time I bought some horror games.
There we go. What'd you buy? What'd you buy? No, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm back. I just had like a little blip. Welcome to my PC.
I stayed up far too late, and I ended up buying horror games that are on sale on the Xbox market.
What'd you
here's
get?
The thing. Silver Chains, which may have been third, fourth review on the show.
Oh man,
it was a throwback, and that's why I had to get it.
That's fair. That's fair. That's funny. That's fair. What else did you get?
There's a few of the Walker horror sims, but I really can't remember the name now. I think there's some side-scrolling, really gore one next to Carrion. I said, it was all a blur, but I wake up with good future.
Dude, we got a good show where people can join us live over on youtube.com/InsideTheGameOfficial, as well as kick.com Inside the Game. But if you can't join us when you're live, hit us up later, InsideTheGame.ca and TV streaming networks around the globe. Dude, today's show is a hot one with promises from Sony that more PC ports are planned. Will PC fans finally get their most requested title? We'll talk about it. PC fans continue once again as they're upset with the state of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2. And be careful, as there's 60 minutes of Redfall gameplay leaked online. Scott.
60 minutes? Have we not seen enough?
Yeah, right? Man, I saw more than I needed to. Dude, let's get into it. This is Sony promises more PC ports, so Bloodborne's only a matter of time, right? This is Osen over at VG 24/7. She has hopes over there, my friend. She's got some hopes going on. Thinking maybe one day PC fans will finally get Bloodborne on their PCs, and then we'll see if it works.
The comment section of every state of play will be a lot.
Dude, I lost your audio again. Is it me or is it just you today? Huh. All right, hang on. I'm going to bounce out of Discord, and I'll be right back. How about now? Hey, you're back. We'll see what happens. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But let's get into today's conversation because I got a lot to say. Sony has confirmed that it plans to bring more of its PC games to the future, notably because the games are doing quite well on computers. Scott.
Well, is that technically speaking, or?
Well, that's a whole other thing. Since 2020, Sony has been steadily adding some of the biggest titles to PC, finally catching up with the times and making the games more accessible to a broader range of players. Thankfully. That all started with Horizon Zero Dawn, Scott.
Yeah. That's where I got on board the train. Finally, it's at my stop.
Right? About time too, man. Holy. And then from there, we got into God of War, Marvel's Spider-Man. You played that one on PC, Scott. That one worked well, correct?
Oh, that one worked amazingly.
Because what next came, something that didn't work, was The Last of Us Part 1.
Yeah. I was very fortunate to not have too much constant character soakage, but it did happen once or twice.
Yeah. As part of Sony's recent fiscal year 2022 financial report, Sony has also confirmed that it plans to continue releasing the games on PC, which isn't surprising in the slightest because it's making plenty of money through the process, thanks to PC gamers, says. In a report, Sony notes that it plans to release Marvel Spider-Man 2 this year. Scott, this year. Now,
that's right. We do have Miles Morales as well.
Well, yeah, Miles Morales now also made his way. Dude, there's a lot of games now finally making their way over, right? They're able to kind of.
I'm looking at what do I need now? What am I waiting on, really? What's the last one?
Dude, Ragnarok. You need Ragnarok, right?
Ghost of Tsushima is what I was trying to think, but
you know what you need is a PS5.
Yeah, really, here we are rhyming off PlayStation 5 mega hits. I need a PlayStation.
Right? Yeah, it's one of those things. But as it plans to release Marvel Spider-Man 2 this year, a title currently without a release date, it also wrote of its plans to continue making new IP as well as rolling out catalog titles for PC. The line does not make it sound like it still won't have it games launched simultaneously on console and PC. That's the biggest thing, right? When are we gonna break that barrier down? Scott, they broke the barrier already. Step one, getting the games on PC. We've made it that far, right? We've had that leap finally come around. But will it do the same as Xbox and go day and date? You can just play this game wherever you want? I don't think so. What are your thoughts?
No, I don't. I don't think Sony is ready to leave behind the console kind of stranglehold, and that is based on experience of Sony leading the market via console. So that does make a lot of sense. But they're going to have to adapt as the times change, and I hope that this has been a pilot program of sorts to bring things over. And the idea of new IP on PC from a PlayStation studio, that has me thinking of some wild things.
Well, the console race, once again, they're dominating over top of Xbox. And I still stand behind this statement in saying so, because they are rocking that out, still continuing to go. I see we've seemed to have froze up on some of our systems here, Scott.
Yeah, your audio stayed constant. I'm not certain
That's
if that was
beautiful, as long as we're still rolling here somewhere. It's one of those things, dude, they keep rolling out because they still own the mind share of gamers when it comes to consoles, right? They're bringing some of the best titles over. So why would they want to release that on Steam basically at the same time?
Yeah.
Right.
I've always wondered if they'll come out with their own launching client, the same way Xbox has its own app that you can launch things through, and that would assist with the day and date. But it does seem that Sony at least is not planning for that yet, because the way they're very cagey about putting things on PC to begin with.
Absolutely.
So I wouldn't expect day and date, not for a while.
No, I don't think so. Not when you're still leading the charge on console. Why would you bother, right? People are still looking to go to PlayStation. Dude, PlayStation 5, we just talked about it last week, how it is the quickest selling console this year, right?
The supply shortages are not an issue anymore. That would be a reason to push to PC, but no longer applies.
Do you think, so you mentioned that you think maybe they'll have their own app kind of like Xbox, but I think that's where Xbox kind of struggles, because they did bring over their own app and just didn't put it on Steam in the first place, right? If you put it on Steam, the install base is already there. All they have to do is buy your game. They don't have to worry about installing the PlayStation software or whatever that app it looks like, and then getting into it, because they don't have to worry about it, because Steam has a billion plus users or whatever it seems like, right? Because everybody's there. Everybody's a Steam account. It's just like, how long is your library? So all of a sudden now you get a PlayStation game in there too. You're like, yeah, I'm down. Man, like it's
interesting that Xbox has the play anywhere kind of motto, yet they don't play on Steam. They found their own way to bring it everywhere, but interesting they use their own proprietary.
Well, you can get Sea of Thieves and stuff on Steam, can't you?
I'm not actually sure.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to look that one up. But dude, fiscal years resulting from 2021 regarding PC sales didn't come across so hot, never reaching higher than 380 million across each financial quarter. This does include things like VR as well as other peripherals, it should be noted. But things seem to be doing a bit better in 2022, with the third quarter hitting $601 million and the fourth passing $1 billion. Through the PS VR 2 did release this year as well, possibly contributing to some of that. Even if sales figures aren't what Sony might have hoped for, who knows, maybe one day we will actually get that Bloodborne game on PC, right? People are hopeful, Scott. I don't know. What do you think?
That's the one that everybody keeps asking for. It's just constant comments. Every time there's an official state of play, it's just berated with Bloodborne PC when. And eventually, you got to give the people what they want. We've already seen PC works for PlayStation games. I think Bloodborne would be no different.
No, I think so, right? I think it's only a matter of time. We'll get Spider-Man 2, I think, at some point over on... Oh, let me get rid of this. Over on PC, but I think we'll be 6 months to a year. Like, that's what Sony seems to be doing, right? They wait about a year, they let that die off on the console side, and then they get a boost in sales when it comes over to the PC side, because those who are on Steam are looking for that game, but just kind of waiting it out. Kind of like yourself, Scott, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
it does make sense that they want to push the sales of it first, because it also gives the developers extra time to do the PC port. They're not doing that as part of since step one kind of production.
And PC ports have not been going so well as of late, Scott. Frustrated Call of Duty PC players set up a petition to send pizzas to draw attention to their plight. What is going on?
It sounds like the most Canadian way of protesting.
Oh, man. Vicky Blake over at Eurogamer. PC Call of Duty players have set up a petition in a bid to convince Activision and Infinity Ward to resolve the issues introduced by Season 3. Oh man. You know where there aren't any issues? On my console, Scott. I just say. I get PCs are varied, right? That's the biggest problem when it comes to all this, is that my specs are different than your specs, which are different than our other buddies, and then their friends, and then like
do you think anybody does pre-builts anymore? Because I've noticed none of my friends do. We all have our own unique
custom, right?
Yeah, nobody has. We almost don't have the same graphics card even. I know I don't.
Well, that's just it. Like, I'm different than yours. Corey's different than us. Steve is different. Like, 4 of us here on the show all have different PCs. Like, what do you do, right? Like, every time. Here's the thing, dude. You buy the new graphics card tomorrow, you're outdated in like 2 weeks. So yeah, like you can't keep up. Where I buy my Xbox, just same as your Xbox, same as Corey's Xbox, and the same as Steve's Xbox. Like, we're all the same, right?
We're all rendered obsolete together.
Exactly. But issues first began to pop up shortly after the update was rolled out, and despite tweets and messages from developer Infinity Ward assuring players that is investigating the problems that still persist for some, the issue has primarily been affecting players with AMD Vega GPUs and other Vega hardware, resulting in almost immediate crashes for PC players. Man, trying to access either Modern Warfare 2 or Warzone 2. Quote, since the introduction of the Season 3 on April 12, 2023, thousands of players, primarily on PC, have been unable to launch or play the game they have paid for, end quote. The petition begins, thanks to PC Gamer once again. Quote, most players have hundreds of hours of game time already clocked into Modern Warfare 2, which launched on October, and the updated Season 3 launch, they've been unable to play at all, Scott. PC hiccups galore right now coming around. Nobody can get their PC to work for anything. The Last of Us, dude, has been one of the biggest fumbles, especially coming out of PlayStation. That was such a surprise. Now we're getting into one of the top games of all time with the franchise of Call of Duty. That can't run right now, the Season 3 update. Dude, like, yo, at this point, if you're a console gamer, how frustrated are you? And go, maybe I just jump over to console.
Yeah, if you're on PC, it's almost like at a certain point you gotta stop complaining or you can't complain, because at this point it's so almost expected, which is awful. That's not how it should be. No, don't get me wrong. But when it does, Greg Miller's voice rings true in my head. You want to go on console. These PC gamers, myself included, I've skated under the radar and avoided all these glitches and bugs. But then again, I don't try the new big ones day one. Star Wars on my Xbox.
Well, that's the other thing, right? Star Wars is having a massive issue right now as well. Jedi Survivor just launched, and like EA, if we get to that topic today, EA's apologizing.
Yeah.
Like, that's awful, dude. Respawn apologizes. So now that we brought that up, dude, we have to get there. But it is one of those things, right? Another PC port not working. And here we go. Dude, the PC port for Call of Duty has already been over there. Warzone 2 already been over there. And all of a sudden now, one update messes up everything, and now people can't play. After having hundreds of hours of time playing a game, enjoying yourself, right? Hanging out with your friends, all of a sudden now you go to jump online, and there's nothing there. PC is not an easy platform, just because, like we said, everybody's machines are so varied. But I wonder what the main bug is that's holding it up. AMD and Vega thing is an issue. So if you're on NVIDIA, maybe you're still okay and running. But if you're on the AMD side, who have millions of installs, I'm sure, are having issues. I
like that. The idea of this protest, to get attention, though, this pizzas? One user cracked and sent them pizzas. I love that. That is infinitely better than Titanfall hackers suspending
Yes.
Titanfall 1, or rather just suspending Titanfall 2 in favor of 1. That is something weird
Yeah.
situation there. Did not bring the right attention to their cause. However, this is somebody you can work with. This is somebody more reasonable. Just wants to see a solution.
No. Yeah, I don't know. At least they're giving them food. So I appreciate that. It is funny.
You know, I
It's
just
just
heard Jake
unfortunate.
Balladino in my head now, too. Pizza's on me.
There you go. Dude, 60 minutes of Redfall gameplay uploaded online. This is Grant Taylor Hill over at Insider Gamer. On YouTube, user DJBS, whatever, 72, uploaded an entire hour of Redfall gameplay ahead of the full game launch tomorrow, May 2nd. Dude, the game's out tomorrow. Dude just thought he'd upload 60 minutes and ruin it for people. This is where I get really frustrated with some of this stuff. At the time
it's
of
not even like a full 15 minutes of fame. It's really a half 15 minutes of fame the day before. What are you doing?
Yeah. At the time of publishing, this video has amassed just 1,500 views. But that's enough for the small gathering of the comment section to have already picked up on some of the flaws present in the game. Oh, Scott, this is where we get worried, buddy.
You picked up on some of those just from the official showing.
Oh, man. Tomorrow, Redfall will launch on Xbox Game Pass and PC Game Pass. We'll see how it runs on PC. With developers Arcane bringing what many were hoping would be an innovative, exciting vampire hunting title for gamers everywhere. But in recent weeks, the game has found itself scrutinized under the weight of several disappointing decisions made by the developer. And then Grant goes on to ask ourselves, are we about to be disappointed? Since its reveal in 2021, players have been eagerly anticipating the arrival of Redfall, an open-world vampire-themed action RPG title from Arcane. Dude, Arcane, one of my favorite developers of all time. Hands
Crossing
down.
into vampires, we're going to have to get you to play it.
No, that's not where I'm going. However, over the last few weeks, in the run-up to May 2nd launch, several key decisions were revealed that made prospective fans less than excited about the all-new title. From always online requirements to an Xbox-based locked 30 frames per second, there are some things about Redfall that just aren't sitting well with gamers. Now, one user has uploaded an hour-long expose of Redfall gameplay, revealing in a simple flow what the game will look like for the average user. Unfortunately, the video unravels several flaws, become readily apparent. Dude, I've talked about it already. My thoughts on this game, I think we're going to be sitting in around a 6 or a 7 overall when this game launches tomorrow. We did not get a code, which is, I'm checking my inbox right now, no code.
Yeah,
right?
That's something I sat down to for that is, well, there might be some real worries. This is a sign. It's not always a sign. It is
not always
worth noting.
But sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it is. The most recently, I think of Star Wars.
Yeah. Yes. Right. It's a
it's
lot of
very
people...
rare, but sometimes the codes are held just until the last moment to try and scramble to fix some things, and that's true in the case of Star Wars. But hopefully, that's not what's riddling Redfall. Please, Arcane.
Well, from the player character phasing through solid surfaces to the underbelly of the world beneath to NPCs getting stuck on scenery, and man, it just continues.
NPC pathing is something I thought we had solved in Command & Conquer. Red Alert 2, 20 years ago.
I'm super nervous for Redfall's launch tomorrow. I'm hoping Arcane's able to kind of polish things up, but from what this little leak is showcasing already, I don't think it looks good whatsoever. In Redfall, I think tomorrow is going to fall flat on its face once again for Xbox. Here's the other side of it, right? Dude, this isn't just Arcane. This is Xbox. Here we're supposed to get a first-party title from Xbox. Another one that just, I don't want to say sucks, but it sucks that it's not going to do the 9s, right?
Yeah.
But it sucks that it's not coming in at 9, 9.5, 10, because we are waiting for that. This is why you own an Xbox.
Well, there's two things. It's good that it's on Game Pass because that'll get it out in front of people without having to demand the price tag, and therefore, hopefully gets into more hands than would otherwise. But then at the same time, all those people that get their hands on, it's going to get nailed to the wall. If there's a problem here, it's going to be blasted everywhere.
Well, you watch. By the time we do tomorrow's daily show, I bet you the internet is riddled with just flaws and just unfortunate things, and
In
hopefully
fact,
we get
New
some people
Zealand,
that are positive about it.
New Zealand's news cycle might already reflect that. Actually, that's a little cheat everybody does in this part of the world.
Yep, absolutely. It's dude, it's disappointing, right? Because it is coming out again as an Xbox first party studio, and it's just not being able to achieve. It's supposed to have the powerhouse of Xbox, right? It's supposed to have all the resources, all the money that's necessary to bring us a triple A experience. Instead, we're falling into what seems to be a B level tier. And yeah, we'll see tomorrow. I'm sure somebody's got the game early. We did not over here, which is unfortunate. But sometimes that is also telling. I'm wondering who else got the game early or didn't get the game early because of this, right? Sometimes what they do is they hold back codes so that press can't put up their impressions because the game just isn't finished.
Oh, what was the infamous case of that? Was that Shadows of War? There was one where it was withheld, and then day one added the marketplace to it.
But maybe we just got missed. You don't know, right? Sometimes they just hold back and other outlets get it. So we'll see what reviews pop tomorrow. Like I'm sure IGN's already got it, right? You know, like the big outlets.
Yeah, some of them don't miss the code no matter what. It's interesting that way. But I'm going to approach it with open eyes because I just, at the end of the day, I want a good game. But it is Arcane, so I am going to take a fine-tooth comb to it. But
dude, I went back into Dishonored because I love Arcane and I love Dishonored, right? Like I'm now playing through Dishonored 1 again because it is 1, and then I'm about to roll right into 2 once I'm finished this one.
I need to play 2. You're gonna prompt me to a race now, and that's how I'm gonna play 2.
Dude, I want to jump over to Respawn because Respawn apologizes for the state of Star Wars Jedi Survivor on PC. Again, go get a console. Because I'm not having any issues over here. There's a couple little glitches, but nothing like this. And this is frustrating again, right? It's just people have been looking for this. But yet I saw it also rose to the top, and it's one of the top selling games on Steam right now because everybody is clamoring to get in on it, right? Jordan Miller over at BGC. Respawn has apologized for the launch state of Star Wars Jedi Survivor on PC. Quote, "We are aware that Star Wars Jedi Survivor isn't performing to our standards for the percentage of our PC players, in particular, those with high-end machines or certain specific configurations," end quote, the company said. Dude, your NVIDIA 4090 can't run the latest Star Wars game.
My NVIDIA 4090 32 can't run
like
my DirectX 18.
That sucks.
Like I wish I could do Greg Miller's laugh right now. I would do it for you all.
It's unfortunate to see this.
Oh no, we just lost your audio. Yep, that's a problem. This is really introduced to the magic of what is Drew's PC. It's held together by prayers and duct tape.
So again, right? I've got a high-end PC, and I can't even keep alive here. Like this is just PCs suck at the end of the day.
We're going live from Series X tomorrow. That's it.
Yeah, that's right. You can catch us through the Xbox or something. Dude, it's unfortunate because everybody's been looking forward to playing, right? And yeah, I'm experiencing a couple little minor things over on Xbox. Steve's got it for us over on PC. So, we're all playing it this week, and we'll have our review for it next week.
I haven't heard anything about Steve's experience yet, actually. I'm very curious to hear.
But he's been busy on other games right now, so I'm not too sure exactly where he's at. But either way, Scott, it's disappointing. Hopefully, Respawn can get it solved for players on the high-end PC so they can experience it all in this beautiful glory. Because I'm telling you, from what I'm experiencing on the Xbox Series X, dude, it is a gorgeous game, and I'm loving it. A couple little things here or there I want to talk about, but we'll get to that later. Scott.
Yeah, the only thing I had was a weird respawn that I had to do for no reason, but that was it. Everything's fine.
I had a hard crash. Actually kicks me right back to the Xbox, but we'll talk about that later. Until then, though, Scott, we do have a couple games out today, my friend. What do we have?
We have The Witch of Fern Island now on early access on PC, and Arto has dropped on PC. We have a review of that going live in about 1 half hour, I believe.
That's right. So make sure you swing by our YouTube channel. And if you can't join us live, well, then make sure to check us out later. You can check out Scott's review of Arto. And for everything else, we'll be back tomorrow. As I'm Drew, that's Scott. And we'll see you inside the game.